Hi guys, in today's how-to video I want to explain why IPSC and USPSA level 1 or club matches are so important. Level 1 or club matches are actually the lowest match level in IPSC and USPSA, in which shooters from the same club or sometimes shooters from two different clubs compete against each other within the context of their own respective club and own respective range. For more and specific information on level 1s and everything dealing with that, I refer to the rulebooks of IPSC and USPSA to find out more information. Also important to note is that under normal circumstances, level 1s are also supposed to be officially reported to the respective federation in your country or in the region in which you are affiliated. The vast majority of matches within IPSC and USPSA are actually level 1s. So if you compare the total number of level 1s with, for example, level 2 or 3s and more, the vast majority of them are level 1 or club matches. They are really essential and critical, but oftentimes really underrated and also underappreciated. Level 1 or club matches are a fantastic resource, especially for new and beginner shooters, to get acquainted with a match setting and a match environment, always under safe conditions. What do I mean with safe conditions? You are familiar with the range, you are familiar with the arrows, you are familiar with your fellow shooters and competitors, and that will provide some type of comfort, which is a little more absent if you shoot level 2 or 3 matches in other clubs or in other regions or areas. I can only recommend to participate as much as you can, and even as a new shooter, please don't hold back. If your club or another club organizes a level 1 or club match, I strongly recommend you to participate. Don't be afraid, just go and shoot the match and also enjoy it, because there's a lot you can learn from it. Also, it shows support for the club and also respect for the time and energy that the club, the range, the organization, the stage designer and the arrows actually put into a level 1, which you will be surprised of how much time actually goes into the organization of a level 1. Also, very important is a level 1 is an ideal environment to learn the official and also the unofficial match etiquette related to any type of match within IPSC or USPSA. You learn to read and work and understand written stage briefings. You get to experience arrow briefings and demonstrations. You can do your walkthroughs under strict time settings, 3, 4, 5 minutes, depending on the size of the stage. Also, the order of shooting is determined, and there's also an etiquette related to that, so you get to experience that and to learn it. You learn to visualize and make your stage plan. Actually, I should say make your stage plan and then visualize within limited periods of time. You also learn when, if and how to reset stages, and also to do patching, and for example when not to touch a target and or patch until the arrow passes by and calls out the results for that target. And also important, something that I wish to no one, but it is always a possibility, that you get a DQ. And level 1 also helps you to learn to process a DQ at the moment itself when you get the DQ by the arrow, and also the explanation why. Under normal circumstances, that means the end of that particular match for you. I strongly urge people who have a DQ to not pack up and leave, but to stay and support the rest of the shooters, the arrow, in helping out, also resetting and patching, and then also afterwards process what happened, try to learn from it. I have other videos on that you can find on my channel. Level 1 matches are also great to learn how to calculate hit factor for a particular stage and determine your stage strategy and your stage plan based on that hit factor. For more information on hit factor, I will refer you to my hit factor playlist on my channel, in which you can find my own videos as well as great third-party content. Also important to mention is the fact that when you shoot level 1s, you also get to understand, recognize and learn how your body and mind respond to match stress. You might think that, well, it's a level 1, it's a known environment, I feel very comfortable, I won't have stress. I can tell you based on my own experience that regardless of the type of match that you're gonna shoot and whether or not it's your first or your 90th match, you will always experience stress. Stress is not negative. You can, if you deal with it correctly, it can actually reinforce you and help you a lot if you understand it and if you recognize and if you know how to deal with it. In particular, I want to mention first stage stress, which is experienced by many shooters. Even worse if you're the first shooter on the first stage of the match, the level might even be a little higher. How to recognize that, how to deal with that, how to find the right breathing techniques and visualization techniques so you can actually shoot through that first stage consistently with good points and a good time. Depending on the experience and the time that is spent by the stage designer, you will be confronted with different types of distances, situations, targets and target arrays. And the more level 1s you shoot, again depending on the stage designer, it will help you to expand and increase your bank of information, so that if you would arrive to a level 2, for example, that you encounter a specific target or target array, that actually you know already how you need to deal with that particular setting based on your experience that you gained during a level 1. So a great resource to expand your bank of information. Also interesting is even though you train and you know your fellow shooters / competitors, shooting a level 1 with official ranking will make it more concrete and factual, and you can actually know where you are placed in regards to your fellow competitors on an overall setting. So compare over the different divisions as well as per division, which is always great and will also play and have an impact on your self-image and self-confidence. So the more level 1s you shoot, the more your self-image and your self-confidence will rise, and that will help you also in other types of matches. Also important to notice is that even though it's a level 1, especially if there's official ranking, and even better if it's in practice score because of all the features, and if you have the practice score competitor app, even better, you get to learn, to understand, to learn and to how to analyze and compare the different match results, because you can base yourself on your own experience and notes that you've took after you've shot a stage and or a match or video. I will talk about video later on, but analyzing the different official results and compare them with other shooters is very valuable, and will also help you a lot to grow as a competitive shooter. And also I recommend to, if in any way, shape and form possible, from a financial perspective and if it's allowed by the club, try to make videos, first person, third person, perspective videos in first instance for self-analysis and self-improvement, and maybe your self-confidence is high enough that you can also publish them on, for example, YouTube, so that it might be an inspiration for other shooters and they might learn something from it, the good, the bad, and the ugly, of course. Hence the importance of level 1s and club matches.